Breaking today, Princess Leonor of Asturias wedding ceremony live from Copenhagen. 1. Another royal wedding, another glittering crown, another fairy tale. 2. But this time, it wasn't supposed to happen here. Not in Copenhagen. Not like this. 3. Because what began as a diplomatic engagement has turned into the most unexpected royal union Europe has seen in decades. This is the wedding of Princess Leonor of Asturias. Live. Today. The bells of Copenhagen Cathedral have just begun to ring, a sound that blends centuries of tradition with the pulse of modern Europe. Outside, beneath a crisp November sky, a sea of flags ripples in the cold Scandinavian air. Spanish red and gold, Danish white and red, two nations bound, not by politics, but by love. Princess Leonor of Asturias, heir to the Spanish throne, steps out of her carriage. She's only 20 years old, but today, she walks into history. Her gown, a custom creation by Spanish designer Lorenzo Caprile, whispers of heritage, ivory silk embroidered with symbols of Asturias, Blue Cross and the lilies of Denmark. Her train trails behind her like a river of light. But behind the elegance, whispers ripple through the crowd. Why Copenhagen? Why not Madrid? And why was the guest list so selective? That's where this story begins. Months ago, no one expected this. Leonor had just completed her military training at Zaragoza. The Spanish press praised her discipline, her poise, her growing resemblance to Queen Letitia's fierce independence. Then, a quiet photograph appeared online. Leonor in civilian clothes, laughing beside a tall blonde man at a Copenhagen cafe. At first, no one paid attention. Another European royal acquaintance, perhaps. But insiders whispered otherwise. The man was Count Frederick Rosenkrantz, a distant cousin of the Danish royal family, known not for his title, but for his quiet humanitarian work in Greenland. A man of both privilege and humility. Their meeting, sources say, wasn't political at all. It was accidental. A youth environmental forum. Two young royals from different kingdoms. One conversation that never really ended. By spring, the Spanish court confirmed Leonor's personal engagement with the Count, a move that stunned Europe. For Spain, it was a diplomatic bridge to the north. For Denmark, a symbol of unity within a changing monarchy. But not everyone approved. Reports from Madrid suggested tension within Zarzuela Palace. Queen Letizia, ever protective, feared the speed of it all. King Felipe, dignified but cautious, reportedly warned of the weight of crown and choice. Still, Leonor stood firm. I was born to serve, she told the press quietly. But I am also born to love. That moment, broadcast across Spanish television, marked a turning point. For the first time, Spain saw not just its future queen, but a young woman choosing her destiny. Today, as Leonor takes her first steps down the aisle of Copenhagen Cathedral, those words echo through marble and memory. King Felipe stands tall, his expression unreadable but proud. Queen Letizia, elegant as ever, clasps her hands tight, between pride and nostalgia. Crown Prince Christian of Denmark, just a few meters away, smiles, his mother, Queen Mary, watching with quiet approval. This isn't just a wedding. It's a bridge, between monarchies, between generations, between tradition and change. But one question still lingers: what does this mean for Spain's future? If Leonor ascends the throne, and her husband is Danish nobility, will the Spanish people accept a foreign consort? The constitutional scholars are already debating it. But the people watching here in Copenhagen, thousands gathered around giant screens, aren't thinking about constitutions. They're thinking about how, in this century of uncertainty, love can still unite empires. And then, the moment everyone's been waiting for. Leonor reaches the altar. The cathedral is hushed, the kind of silence that holds its breath. The Danish bishop speaks in soft, formal tones, switching seamlessly between Spanish and Danish. Rosenkrantz turns, his voice steady but trembling. I will honor you with my life and my heart. Leonor's reply, clear, unwavering, cuts through the echoing stone. Y yo contigo, en todos los días que Dios me dé. And I with you, for all the days God gives me. The crowd erupts outside. Bells thunder. Cameras flash. And just like that, the young girl once known for her quiet reserve has become a symbol of something larger. The union of two houses, two nations, and two hearts that refuse to follow the old script. But as the newlyweds step out into the cold Copenhagen air, one can't help but wonder. What happens next? Will Leonor's marriage strengthen Spain's monarchy, or complicate it? Will she live in Madrid, or in Copenhagen? And how will Europe's youngest queen-in-waiting balance duty and desire in a world where tradition still weighs heavy? Those answers are still unfolding. But one thing is clear tonight: history has turned a page. And somewhere, beneath the glow of cathedral lights, two young royals walk hand in hand, into a future only they can write. From Copenhagen, this is the wedding of Princess Leonor of Asturias. A love story written in courage, conviction, and quiet defiance.